does not exist in this dojo. Pain does not exist in this dojo. Defeat does not exist in this dojo. Quit! I'm just going to work this beer throughout the episode, because why the hell not? Coors Banquet Golden Beer. It's a 1936 stubby bottle. It says it right there. Oh, it's a twist top, so I didn't quite need my lever action there. Brewed with 100% Rocky Mountain water.
It's no downstream beer.
It's no city beer. It's Coors.
Johnny Lawrence is a man of taste. So The Karate Kid opened in theaters in 1984. And even though my relationship with it began a couple of years later on VHS, it was love at first sight for me. I think there was a couple of years where I was fairly obsessed with this movie. I had the box set on VHS, and I know I've seen part 2 a few times. I like part 2 with the little drum, and I've seen part 3, I think maybe once. That's the one I think when there's a new girlfriend and they have to rappel off a cliff to get a bonsai tree.
Oh my God, it's right in the water!
That's the part I remember. That first one I've seen a bunch of times. I've seen it a lot. It's the better film. Anyway, The Karate Kid is back, sorta. It's a new show on Netflix called Cobra Kai, which was actually a show on YouTube a couple years ago. And now Netflix bought it, and so now it's on Netflix, and they're gonna do a season 3 soon too, which is cool. And I think Elizabeth Shue's gonna come back. That's my prediction. Elizabeth Shue, season 3. You know, the funny thing about these Coors beers, I read that Zabka, who plays Johnny Lawrence, he's never drank one. They're all filled with like iced tea and water and stuff. And I know why, because if he was, he would be burping the entire time. He'd be Coach McGurk. He would not be Johnny Lawrence, he'd be McGurk.
Are you on another bender?
Where'd you learn that word, Melissa?
The purpose of the show is centered on Johnny Lawrence, who is now in his 50s and trying to redeem himself by opening a new Cobra Kai dojo.
Learn self-offense. Don't be a pussy.
And also, it is largely kind of a Canadian teen drama. It sort of reminds me of like Degrassi with karate. Degrassi, where karate is life. Karate! Here's the thing, I know this is a show about kids doing karate, but it's kind of nuts how much karate is going on in this world. What the hell is happening here? The fights that break out on Cobra Kai are better described as riots. There never seems to be any sort of responsible adult figure anywhere.
They don't pay me enough.
What is up with all this karate, man? The karate is too dangerous. We gotta get rid of this karate. This karate was a huge mistake. We do see Danny, who has grown up to be a giant dick. He orders a martini like a giant dick.
Enjoy your Coors.
We don't see a lot of cocktails on this show, and that's too damn bad because I never accept defeat. So this episode, we're gonna make a Cobra Kaitale. So there's this old tiki drink called the Cobra's Fang. It was invented by Don Beach back in the 30s. There's a very popular variation of it called the Sidewinder's Fang that was created at the Lanai in the 40s, I think. And over the years, there's been a bunch of other variations. And all of the variations of that drink share a standard core of rum, passionfruit, lime, and orange juice. So I worked on that recipe. I actually live streamed working on that recipe. We did that the other night. It was a Twitch thing. But I tinkered around with the recipe a bit, and I thought a little bit about California, what's there in Southern California, and just Johnny's personality, just being a badass. What I came up with is the Cobra Kaitale. The California thing, I think that California is the #1 producer of almonds in the world, and I needed something a little sweet in here, so the orgeat. We're gonna use orgeat for that. And yeah, this is BG Reynolds orgeat. Nothing wrong with it, it's good stuff. I like it. It's a little bit different than like my homemade orgeat. You'll notice it's clear and it's like a lot lighter, but it does the trick. It gets the almond flavor in there. Sometimes I'm lazy, that happens, you know? Sometimes I am not a badass. Sometimes I go to Miyagi-Do. Huge mistake. The thing about the Karate Kid, obviously, I mean, I was of that generation, we had to take karate classes, and the Karate Kid teaches you that you're gonna win a fight by being smarter than somebody. And as a guy who, growing up, thought I was very smart, that's what people told me about myself, that would be my defining feature. It wasn't that I was strong or good at fights. That got me in some trouble. So thank you, Karate Kid. And then the other thing that's in here that I think really seems to set it apart is the Ancho Reyes chili liqueur. This felt right. Threw a little of this in there, and it's not overpowering in this drink, so let's build it, you'll see. But it really does, it sets it apart, makes it Cobra Kai. I think it does it. It brings that Southern California thing in. This beer is almost gone. It's a good beer, almost gone. It's a fine beer. It's an okay beer. Let's start with our shaker. It's a shaker. Shaky, shaky. Karate shaking. Shaking my bacon. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is, it's a presentation thing, and I am borrowing this a bit from the way that a Sidewinder's Fang is usually presented. Take yourself an orange and get yourself a good, like a Swiss style peeler. This one's a bit rusty, but that doesn't matter. Start at one end, and you wanna peel the entire thing, hopefully in one piece. And it takes a little bit doing. Okay, so stage that on standby. Put that back here for now. You could do this with 2 different oranges, but that seems really wasteful. Slice your orange in half. You could also not use fresh orange juice for the juice component of this drink, but you're gonna peel an orange anyway, you may as well. Fresh is always better. Even Johnny Lawrence would agree with that, you know? He's an interesting character. I like him. He's complicated. He's definitely not a bad guy. He's not a good guy either, though. He's just a guy. He just doesn't know a lot of things. Somehow he made it all the way through his whole life without having, like, a cell phone.
Have you seriously never owned a computer before?
Yeah, I'm not a nerd.
I like when he's never been on the internet, and his first search when he figures out he can search for anything is hot babes. So I got my orange juice here. Well, 1 ounce of orange juice. I want a 1/4 ounce of passion fruit juice. This is what this is. You can get passion fruit at Whole Foods frozen in the freezer section in bags, and you just thaw it out and you get passion fruit juice, and it's phenomenal. It's like super fresh, and you don't have to deal with passion fruits, which are a pain in the butt. Like, I freaking love it. That's the way I'm doing this from now on. It's not nectar, you know, it's like not a sweetened thing. It's like real, just straight passion fruit juice. It's win-win. And I want a little 1/4 ounce of lime juice. Just a 1/4 ounce of lime juice. Honestly, maybe not 100% necessary, but put a little extra kick in there, you know? Great. But save this for the presentation. This lime husk, we're gonna need it. Now I want 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, a 1/2 ounce of orgeat, use homemade or Small Hand Foods or BG Reynolds. Okay. 1/2 ounce of falernum, velvet falernum, I like it. Oh my God, that would be catastrophe. I think you could get away with skipping this because there's a lot of other flavors in here. I know it adds something to the drink, but you know, it's not the backbone of it. So if you wanted to skip the falernum, I think you'd have a fine drink anyway, if that makes any sense. 1/4 ounce of ancho raised chili liqueur. I'd say that's pretty vital. 1.5 ounces of an aged rum. I like this Angostura 7. This is a blended rum, but it's good. 1/4 ounce of this, of Lemon Heart 151. Don't try to use Bacardi 151 here. Lemon Heart has a real flavor to it. I haven't tried this, honestly, with Ray and Nephew. It's an interesting thought. It just crossed my mind. Would it be better with Ray and Nephew? Maybe. I don't think it would be bad. I would like it a lot, actually. But that's good stuff, too. It's all good. You're gonna get a lot more caramel notes this way. You're gonna get a lot more rum funk if you go Ray and Nephew. All right, that's the drink. It needs to be shooken. I'm gonna crack it. You could go further. You could do it in a blender. You could crush it with a Lewis bag. You could shave ice if you wanted to. Really well cracked ice is gonna be perfect here. I suppose if I was a real karate man, I could do this in one blow, as if I were breaking boards. You wanna see if I can do it? Let's see if I can do it. You ready? Ah! Oh my God. It's the first time I ever hit myself. It's better to go small, honestly. Little blows work better. I thought I could do a karate man thing. I cannot. I don't have the karate. I'm not a karate man. I'm just not. I don't have it. I'm not a karate man. Get yourself a brandy snifter, I think, is the ideal glass for this. Open pour into that. Sometimes, you know, if you have like these really big chunks, you might want to have a strainer on hand just to do sort of an open gate pour. So that would be like where you put your finger here and choke up like that. Hold back some of the bigger pieces, right? All right, we got room. Go for it, baby. That'll be perfect. The drink, but we're not done. So the first thing I want to do, have your lime on standby, set the drink there. Grab your orange peel. Figure out which end is the head. Get your knife and cut a little shape here. And then we'll poke a couple of little holes in it for eyes. You can kind of use your cocktail pick and gap them out a bit. It works. All right, so start by putting a straw in the drink. And then the snake that we made. Get that all in the glass. And then just before you finish it, get your lime boat in there. And then have your snake kind of leaning over the side. How about put one sugar cube in the middle of the lime boat. A little bit of your 151 on the sugar cube. There we go. Light it up. Get yourself a little dredger of cinnamon here. For effect. Beautiful. Yeah, maybe make it like a real presentation here. You got a snake jumping out of the fire. Make sure you blow that out before you serve it. Hey guys, hope you don't mind meeting me over here. You might be familiar with this setup from the other side of the screen if you happen to watch me on Twitch, but there's a really good chance that you've never seen this view. This is How to Drink Central Command, where I edit How to Drink, run live streams from, whether it's a live stream video game or tabletop role-playing game, even the live bar stuff, the cameras feed back over to here. It's also where I do my prep work for those tabletop role-playing games, like when I was building the world for Quome, where my D&D campaign takes place. Quome is a Bronze Age world that takes a lot of inspiration from Conan the Barbarian and Dark Sun. It's low magic, but it's a homebrew setting. It's a lot of writing, a lot to keep track of. There are hundreds of locations and characters and events, and they're all interconnected in this living, breathing world, and I don't know how I would do it without World Anvil. Well, I do actually. It would be an unmitigated, disorganized disaster. Just be scraps of paper and Google Docs all over the place. World Anvil is an amazing set of world-building tools to help you create, organize, and store the world that you are crafting, whether it's for a book or a movie you're writing or a role-playing game or really anything. The wiki-like articles and interactive maps and historical timeline tools and RPG campaign manager and built-in writers tools will provide you with everything you need to keep track of and stay on top of, well, everything. And they happen to be the sponsor of this episode, so thank you, World Anvil. Use the link below and hop on over to their website and check it out, because if you're a fiction writer or a game master, or if you have any need to organize a bajillion different things, World Anvil may become an essential part of your workflow. All right, back to the show. Let's light up the forge. I've always wanted to say that. That's a World Anvil joke. And there it is, the Cobra Kaitale, a smoking punch in the face. Ooh, that is delicious. Wow, that's fun and tasty. I love passion fruit. Passion fruit is very present here, and passion fruit can be a little bit too bitter sometimes. It's very moderated. You get the taste of the passion fruit without like the sharp, bittery bite. It's delicious. The cinnamon on the nose with the smoke, always a joy. Tiki staple. Would it be better in a mug? Maybe in a tiki mug. It wouldn't be bad, but it has such a fresh, tropical citrus forward, not citrus, like fruit forwardness. It is very pleasant. Packs a heck of a wallop. Definitely something, a little sneaky. You don't see it coming. Like the Firehawk showing up in the middle of the night to mess up your dojo. You don't see this drink coming. And it's strong. It has like, it almost is peachy. It's almost peach-like. It's not really rum forward, that's okay. It's not meant to be. There is a little bit of a wonderful spiciness to it, a kick that is from the ancho-rays. And it's funny, I actually, at that moment, I was like, what is that? I'd forgotten I put ancho-rays in it. It's like, it leads with the citrus, the fruit, this Polynesian tropical thing, and brings with it a lot of heat. There's plenty of rum, and then wham, you get a little bit of this spiciness. Now, I went with a 1/4 ounce because that's the way I like it, but I have made this drink with up to a 1/2 ounce of ancho-rays. I think if you like that pepper flavor, you're gonna want the 1/2 ounce. For me, a 1/4 ounce is good. And it's fucking badass because it's an on fire snake in a glass. Is there like a wire running across my chest this whole time? Oh, good. I love a big wire on my chest. Well, Sensei, I hope I did all right with this one. You gotta serve it with a beer back. It goes great. Garnish with karate, served with a Coors banquet back. They actually do go really well together. There is something in this interplay. Don't pour it in. I didn't like that. I tried that the other night. That was bad. So I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/Greg from HTD. If you want to see me live in the bar working on a recipe like this one I did, you should check out my Twitch. I will also be on there playing games. I host tabletop role-playing games for my friends. I feel like we're getting pretty good at doing live. That is currently on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. But stay tuned because those schedules can change. I'm on Twitter at howtodrink with a number in the middle, and I'm on Instagram at howtodrink with a number in the middle. And I have a Patreon at patreon.com/howtodrink. When there's stuff that's a little too saucy for the regular YouTube show, it winds up over there. So maybe some of this episode is on Patreon. I hope that you are attaining balance in all parts of your life, but mostly that you are remaining a undeniable badass Cobra Kai! And that you will like, comment, and subscribe, as all good tubers would ask you to do. But really, check out some of these other episodes. There's some cool stuff in here. Noopy! What did they have, like oh, no mercy. That's what it is. No mercy! This is the saddest karate. I am not a karate man. I'm just not. I'm just pretending to be a karate man. I'm a drinky dinner man.